Hi everyone, it's Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Tonight I wanted to come in. I'm super excited. My daughter is going to her first birthday party from her preschool class, which I do not even have the words for, but anywho, I need to get through this video. So I wanted to quickly come in tonight and make a gift bag for the little girl whose birthday party we're going to be going to. So recently, I think just before fall, I found these little 3-in-1 bag set packs at Walmart. So they were originally $3.97 and they were on clearance for $1. And what drew this to me was I just figured it would be a nice thing to have on hand. So if somebody like last minute, I needed a gift, it came with the gift bag itself, and then it has like a matching tissue paper and then a card. So I thought for $1, like I could not leave these at Walmart, right? And I just thought they were the perfect idea. And it's like, how much easier could it be to look like you have it all together, right? I mean, really. So let's go ahead and open this up because I haven't looked at the card and the tissue paper itself, but I can see them and I know that they're all coordinating with the bag. So that is just so cute. And like I said, it's like, how much easier could it be? And we're going to take it one step further today because looking at the card and the gift bag specifically, I thought it would be just so cute to personalize these just a little bit more. And I was thinking I would put the little girl's name on the card and then her name and age on the back. And let me tell you, personalized gifts are the best. They make people feel so special and people are like so impressed when you give them. So they are absolutely something I try to do as much as I can because like I said, people just love them and it makes them feel so special, right? Which is a big part of why I craft. So it works out for everyone. So setting these to the side for just a moment, I want to show you guys just a couple things that I brought in that I'm going to use. So this is actually a pink holographic material. It is a iron-on material. It's the only thing that I had this holographic pattern in. That's why I'm using it. Normally I would just use like a vinyl because it's usually cheaper than iron-on. So that's why I'm going to be using that today. And I have it turned over just because it's so reflective, like it was blinding me with the camera over my desk. But just know that this is pink, and I think once we cut it and get it a little smaller, it won't be so reflective. But that is that. And then I also just have a piece of cardstock that will also help us. So I'm gonna go ahead and set our materials to the side for just a moment. Bringing back in our card, I just want to see, for the idea that I have, I just want to see how much room we have here. I'm going to say that I want her name to be just about 5 inches across. That will be just fine for that. And then bringing in the bag, I want to make her name and then her age, which is wide for her name. And then we'll just put the number of her birthday, and I think that will be just fine. I'm not going to worry about that measurement. But let's just set everything to the side and jump into Design Space, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to get this cut out. All right, guys, so jumping into Design Space, I kind of changed direction a little bit here, and I'll show you guys when we get back to the desk what changes I made. But for now, just know that I'm not going to use the holographic iron-on. I actually decided to go a different direction, so I'm just going to use a white vinyl for now. So just keep that in mind if you're like, you're doing it wrong. I did decide to not use an iron-on and instead use a permanent vinyl. Okay, so first thing I want to do is come in. I know that from my measurements, I want to make the little background for my card. I want to unlock this. I'm going to make it about 5 by half an inch, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make this white text and I will type out her name. I already spent some time off camera picking my font because it is just absolutely the hardest part of the process for me, and I did not want to put you guys through that. So Actually, let's see if we can make this, I don't want it to be too big because I really do want to get the idea of, the rainbow, and I really want that to be the focus, but I also don't want her name to be too crowded. So let's see if we can kind of, there we go. See if we can increase the letter space a little and see if we can get this kind of, oops, wrong way. Just see if we can get this kind of spaced out just a little bit nicer for the area we're working with. And that looks much better to me. So I'm going to go to Align Center, and that's just going to make sure it's in the middle of my background. So now this, I went to a writing style. Sorry, I didn't mention that. And I'm going to just change this to a pink color, just so I remember to put my pink in. And then I want my Cricut to write this out and then cut it just like it is. So to do that, I'm going to select them both and hit attach. And that will make sure that this cuts and prints just as it is, right? So we can go ahead and hide this. And then going back to text, I will just type out her name once more and bring this up so you guys can see. And then coming up to style, we're going to change this from writing to regular. And then we're going to go to operation and change this from pin to a basic cut. So now our Cricut knows that this is now going to cut instead of draw, right? And like I said, I decided to do this out of a white permanent vinyl. So I'm just going to make this like an off-white type of color just so I know. Bringing in another text box, I'm going to put her age, which is going to be 4. And then I'm going to just kind of bring these up, just kind of visually center them for now. And I know that I said that I want to keep the width of this about 6. So right now it's 6 by 4. Obviously, it's not going to be as long as it is wide, and that's just fine. So I'll go ahead and select both. Let's say center horizontally. That'll make sure that that 4 truly is in the center of that word for us. That looks great. I will hit attach because I want my Cricut now to make sure that it cuts just like this because we spent that time making sure it was just right. So that looks great. Let's go ahead and unhide our first part and hit make it. So from here coming in, I know that this is going to be a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I want to make sure that I change this here just for myself. I like to do that to make sure that if I have a bigger project or multiple things within a project, I just like to get in the habit of changing this to the material size I'm actually using, because sometimes I've forgotten that like I'm using a regular piece of paper and like I'll load it and everything and it'll be on 12 by 12 and it'll cut and it's like, obviously it's not enough paper. So I just like to get in the habit of doing that. For this, it is well within the measurements for either, so that is personal choice. And then for this one, it is going to be a 12 by 12 is just fine because it is coming off of a roll. So like I said, I am not doing the HTV any longer, so I don't need to mirror this. This is just going to be a permanent vinyl. So I will select medium cardstock for this mat, my premium vinyl for the other, and we will get this cut out. Okay guys, so back to the desk here. I don't know how much I explained or didn't explain in Design Space, but I decided to change the direction of my design just a little bit. So these are the things that I actually ended up using. I used the pink crystal color pin from Cricut in my Explore Air 2. I used just a premium vinyl in white, and then just the cardstock, and I think that's about it. So really the only thing I did different is I didn't use the holographic iron-on just because, I don't know, I struggle to use that iron-on. I've had it forever, and this would have probably been the perfect project to use it on, like a little girl's birthday, but I don't know, I just wasn't inspired, and I just kind of thought that I would like the more classic look of the white a little better than the holographic. So that's the direction I chose to go in. By all means, absolutely use the holographic. I just wanted to keep it a little more simple for this one. But anywho, okay, bringing in my transfer tape. It looks like this little piece I have hanging off the roll will be just the right size. That is always nice when that happens. I love when I can have a nice clean edge on my transfer tape. So just grabbing a corner with my weeding tool so I can expose just a little bit of that transfer tape. And then I will lay this down, pulling that little lip that we just created. Bringing in my scraper tool, I'll just lay that down, turn it over. I will scrape the back. I'm just gonna let this hang out for a second because I actually want to kind of focus on my card a little bit here first. I wasn't exactly sure with the size of my square, so that's why I kind of did it this way, because I figured I could trim it once I got it to my card. For some reason, I couldn't quite get the measurement, like I couldn't decide on the measurement. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this, and I think I will bring it in just a little. I'll just kind of start a little longer because I can always go back and trim more, but I don't want to make it too short from the beginning because then I can't go back. So just trying to get it even. Okay, and I think that looks much better. I think that is so cute. Okay, and then bringing in just let's clean up a little here because this is getting a little out of hand. So just bringing in my little foam squares here. I wanted to pop this up. So I'm just gonna put one on either side, and then I'm gonna put one also in the middle. Just something like that. Bring in my weeding tool here just to get these up really quickly. All right, bringing in some tweezers. We'll get this set down. So it looks like there's a little something on my rainbow here, like a little piece of dirt. So I actually might kind of just put it a little off-centered just to cover that, and I think it's just cute. So originally I was going to cut her name on a little cloud. In full transparency here, the cloud was, I cut it too big and it just took over, like you couldn't even tell that it was a rainbow, and then at that point it was just kind of like 3 clouds. And I was gonna put her name on it, but I just didn't like the size. So I went back in and just decided to change that, but I didn't want to waste the cloud, right? It's a super cute cloud. I'll just bring in this little strip that I have from when the Cricut cut out my cardstock. And I was thinking I'll just bring in a few alcohol markers. Let's color the little cloud and then we can put it on the inside of the card. And I just thought, hey, it's already cut out, like I might as well use it, right? Why not? If I cut it and I have it, I like to use it, right? Not necessarily, you know, I'm not afraid to like change my mind, but at the same time I have it, I think it is a super cute cloud, and I think it would be cute to put it on the inside of this. So that is what we are going to do. So now just going through in the order that I kind of laid them out, I'm just gonna quickly just kind of swatch all of them, and then that way they're the order that they are here or the order that I just laid them down in. That's just kind of my quickest way I found to do it. I'm just gonna bring in a piece of regular old copy paper here, and I'm just gonna lay that down just so I don't get my desk all dirty. And I'm gonna come in with this darker one first. This is going to be the third one from the right that I swatched, B250. And these are just alcohol markers that I found on Amazon. I'll make sure I link them if you guys are interested. They are great. So I'm just gonna start kind of going around the edge, getting a nice dark border around my cloud. And I mean, nothing crazy, right? Like, just have fun. It's a cloud inside of a card for a 4-year-old. I think that she is going to be absolutely thrilled regardless of what the cloud looks like, right? So like I said, anything personalized, I just feel like are always instant hits. So I love to take the time to do them. And when I saw these little packs at Walmart on clearance for $1, I mean, my husband was with me, so I couldn't get that many because he would be like, you don't need that many. And I was like, okay, you know, like I would be like, yeah, fine, you're right, I know. But I did pick up like 3 of them. So I do have 3 of them. And I just thought, oh my gosh, for $1, even if I don't do anything for them and somebody pops up at my door and is literally like, it's my birthday, I would have those and I would give them, like I could whip something up and give them a birthday present, you know? So that's how I think. My husband, he's not quite on the same page, but he's starting to kind of get it. And it's so funny because, you know, I kind of like touched on my marriage and things like that in my last video, in one of my last videos. But it's funny because nobody like in my real life knows that I have this YouTube besides my husband. Like he's the only person who knows, he's the only person who like has seen any of my videos. It's just kind of something that like I've just kept him for myself. It's something that, I don't know, I'm just kind of really protective over, you know? And I'm the kind of person that it's like, if I hear negativity around something, it's not that I won't necessarily do it. I just start to like second guess myself, you know, and I don't want to do that. You know, I'm having so much fun and I'm literally just learning as I go. Every single video, I learn something. Every time I edit a video, I learn something. Like there has not been one video that I've uploaded that I haven't learned to do something new or learned how to do something or why we do something the way they do. So it has just been so fun. And like I said, like my husband's the only one that knows. And I just think it's funny, you know, because at least now I can be like, oh, you know, if we see something in the store, I can be like, oh, I want to like do that in a video and like show people like how I do that, you know, and he'll be like, okay, like, you know, he kind of gets it now and he's super supportive. So it's just funny. It makes me laugh. But anywho, yes, I did pick up 3 of these. So I have a couple more and I was so happy to find them. This was the only like rainbow one that I found, and it was the only one that was kind of like, it didn't have anything on it and it was kind of more universal. Like obviously, you know, it's kind of more maybe for a kid, but the other ones like say like happy birthday, and then I think the other one says congratulate, or I think it says like hip hip hooray or something. The rainbow one was the only one that was kind of like, it didn't have, oh, I should say it didn't already have a sentiment on it. Let's say that, right? All right, so I think that I'll probably stop just about there. And I like to just kind of give them a little time to set, because I feel like once it kind of settles for a couple minutes, it looks a little different and it changes. So I'm just gonna set that to the side. While I'm waiting for those to settle down, let's go ahead and get our bag done. So just flipping this over, actually, let me trim it first, just because it's easier to do it while the backer is still on and that sticky transfer tape is not everywhere. So just trimming that quickly. I will flip this over and pull the backer away from the transfer sheet. I need to take this has like a little hanger I need to take off, but anyways, this is definitely the front because this side is holographic and this side isn't, because originally I was going to turn it over and do it on this side, but I think that the sparkly side is super cute. And it is for a 4-year-old little girl, so, you know, there must be sparkles somewhere. So now just bringing this in, I'm just gonna kind of see and play with the placement. I was thinking here, this was my, oh, no. Don't lay down, don't lay down. Saved it. Oh my goodness, I need to be much more careful than that. Try that again. My original idea was like somewhere up here, but I am actually thinking that down here is going to be perfect. I absolutely love it. I am going for it. So that looks just about good to me. I have a little wrinkle. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that's pretty straight. I'm not too worried if it isn't perfect because once again, she is 4, and trust me, this is going to be a crowd pleaser, I promise you. So we will just pull that up carefully because it is paper, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that worked out perfectly. And then I'll just set this to the side. I can definitely reuse this. And that looks so cute. I love it. I definitely think that the white vinyl was the right call instead of the holographic pink. I was just thinking it was gonna get too lost. And I think if I would have tried to put that holographic pink like over these colors here, I think it would just be too busy and kind of get lost like right in here, you know? So I think that the white just is perfect. And I like that it brings in the white of our name on our card. So I think that was the right choice. So here's how my cloud has kind of settled down so far. I think that it's looking pretty good. I might bring in just a little bit. I don't have my reference sheet right in front of me. It's over to the side there, but I'm just gonna bring in, just from looking at the caps, one of the darker ones. And I'm just gonna kind of try to move some of this color just so I get a little more of a gradual kind of fade there. All right, and I think I'm gonna stop there. I don't need to be perfect here. And what I was thinking was, I'm going to put this cloud at the top of my card here, and then I will write, you know, our message and sign it. My daughter can't quite like sign her name or like spell her name. She can't do that quite yet, but what I was thinking is I might just give her like a pencil or a crayon and just kind of have her like try, because she does know some of her letters. So maybe like try to help her or like kind of just see what she does. And I was thinking about having her do that on the cloud with a crown and then putting that right at the top. And I thought that would be super cute. So that was my idea for the cloud. Like I said, I already cut it and I thought that I could do something cute. It goes with the theme. Even if I put it here and just wrote like our message, I might do that too. I don't know. I think that there is endless possibilities. I don't know, but it will go inside of this card somewhere. Bag in our tissue paper, and then the tissue paper obviously will just go inside. All right, guys, so this is how it came out. I think it came out so cute, and only for $1. And I mean, it took me maybe 10 minutes to do all of this. So I am just beyond excited. Here's our card. I just simply wrote her name, put it on some foam tape. I have my little cloud inside that I have big plans for. We put her name on the bag, and then it has the tissue paper. What do you think? I love it. All right, guys, that's all I have time for tonight. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.